Hello and welcome to On Track with SEAT, probably the only TV show where you get to see some of the biggest artists in the world panic a little bit as we get them to record a live exclusive EP straight onto vinyl here at London's Metropolis Studios. Just to make things a bit more testing, they have to lay down their 4 tracks in just 16 minutes and in one take. There is no room for mistakes, and there won't be, as this week we have the Manic Street Preachers. The Manic Street Preachers have been one of Britain's most successful bands in the last 2 decades, having written some of the period's most anthemic songs. Today, we have them in the studio to record a special on-track greatest hits EP to help mark their 25th anniversary. Hello, chaps. Welcome to Metropolis Studios. Going straight onto vinyl. Have you recorded like that before?
No.
No? No? What problems does this throw up? Is this, I mean, is there any advantages to this at all, or is it just a problem?
It's just good not to be precious about things.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just nice to let go of that mindset. And look, we're very adept to sounding ragged and rough-assed.
OK.
So we should be right in our environment.
There's something kind of old school and punk about it, no?
Oh yeah, definitely. And we have done, you know, we spent the first half of our career recording on the tape and cutting things with, you know, razor blades and stuff. So it's not. We've seen kind of both sides of it all.
And finally, do you guys get nervous at all anymore? You can't do, right?
Again, I'm unbelievably nervous.
James is worse than he ever was.
Every time, yeah.
We played
You just get worse and worse.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can turn that negative into a positive.
Okay.
I think that the better musicians get nervous, whereas people like me really don't give a shit.
Okay. Right. There's so many comments in there. Well, thank you very much.
Just a tiny bit more bass drum for me, please.
So, what's our cue again? We've always kind of been a band that's kind of been quite schizophrenic in the sense that sometimes, you know, we're bang on form and we can kind of sound like the record. Other nights we can sound disastrous. I don't think we tend to care about, you know, the pressures of how we sound. We just take it as it comes, you know, some days are better than others. But that's part of being in the band. You know, there is the more ragged end of a band, and then there's the more kind of like, you know, the laser vision that you get some days, and you've just got to just take it as it comes.
The Manics formed back in 1986 and soon started gigging, but finding the crowds in their native Blackwood, Wales not overly appreciative of four men wearing mascara, knew it was time to start playing to a wider audience. So where better to meet Nicky earlier in the week than here on Great Portland Street, at the venue where they played their first ever London gig. Hi Nicky, how you doing?
You're right, fine, thank you. Cheers, sir.
So lots of stairs for you to have had to carry all your equipment up.
Yeah, little Vox AC30s and then an Ohm 75-watt bass amp.
No roadies.
No roadies. We had a chap called Dan who drove us and helped a little bit. It was really kind of shabby in a good way. Wow, yeah, this is it.
Do you recognise it? I mean, does it look similar at all?
It just seems... I can't believe how small it seems. I remember jumping around like an idiot by and everyone just looking at me completely bamboozled. You know, because it was very kind of fey indie sort of crowd. This was one of the first gigs we ever did with Richie, because we'd done some as a three-piece. We'd done some with a previous guy called Flicker. But Richie was the kind of missing link.
You must have been really nervous.
I come in here, I was absolutely shitting myself, because I didn't even go to pubs, really, because you just get beaten up.
Yeah, OK.
You know, so you're coming up to the big smoke, you know, we're in all these homemade white shirts, and thinking there's not going to be anyone there anyway, and we're the support band. But I have to say, everyone was unbelievably kind and friendly. You know, they was, like, actually really applauding. We were like, what's this? We've never been applauded before. Did
you notice things changed very much after that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a year zero, because for us, just getting in a melody maker, then we did Suicide Alley, John Peel played, and we were on the cover of The Enemy within 6 months then.
Really? As fast as that?
So, but everything just seemed brilliant.
Right, so you very kindly brought in some photos of the actual gig you did here.
Yes.
Your first London gig. It's amazing. It's a considerably more grubby venue.
Definitely, isn't it? You can feel the must and the damp.
This corner in particular here looks troublesome.
And you can see the kind of slightly odd nature of the crowd. There's one there shuffling, turning away.
And your outfits are awesome.
They're brilliant, all homemade. Me and Rich, we did them in uni, me and Richie, and we nearly poisoned ourselves with car spray paint. And after about 3 shirts, we were stuck.
You must have smelled good. You do look very punk.
Completely punk.
I prefer it then to how it is now.
It was good.
Maybe we can smash it up again.
I think we left. We actually got £30, which was the other amazing thing.
That's quite a bit of money then.
Really a lot of money.
Do you remember what you spent it on?
We stopped in Henley Services on the way home.
Spent it all on crisps.
Crisps and on the fruit machines, because I was a bit addicted to fruit
money
machines.
Well spent.
It's just, I mean, just for a perfect day.
Playing live to us has changed over the years. At the start, it was very, very important because of the visual aspect of Nick and Richie. And that brought a needed touch of glamour to some of the dogma that was perhaps part of what we were. It's always quite physical. It's sometimes quite confrontational. And then sometimes it's just quite bizarre because of, you know, Nick getting out of skipping rope and wearing a skirt, etc., etc. And I think it's one of the only ways you can actually show the depth of, like, you know, of our band, to show the kind of the slight schizophrenic nature of what we are and what we were. It's still one of the best feelings in the world when you can incite an audience. That's still an undeniable thing, which is addictive. It's hard to imagine not having that in your life, I suppose.
Whoa, please stay awake. A matter we can drink some ocean spray. Whoa.
Can you remember what the first record was that you bought?
First 7-inch I bought was from Martin Luther's in Blackwood, and it was Neon Nights by Black Sabbath. Ozzy had gone, and everyone thought Sabbath were over. I was a proper metal kid at this point.
Right.
But Neon Nights is just pulverising. I think I might have bought the Grease album before this, which I still love the Frankie Valli, you know. Take the pressure and we throw away.
Conventionality belongs to yesterday.
The Smiths.
Boy with a Thorn in His Side. Particularly love this because they re-recorded it for Queen is Dead, and it was never as good.
The boy with a thorn in his side, behind the hatred there lies the thunder in his eyes.
But I just remember literally putting this on my record player on repeat and just pretending to be Morrissey in my bedroom for about 4 hours a night, you know, dancing, thinking it might actually get me a girlfriend. Well, which it didn't.
You have one of yours here. You're looking hot on it as well.
I look great on there, don't I?
Don't you look hot on there?
Magnifico. I bought this because...
I looked hot on it.
one is the thing, it's the first 7-inch of ours. This one hasn't even been stuck together. We've kind of done them all ourselves. There's only 300 of them. The last one went for over $1,000 on eBay.
Oh, wow.
So it's my pension, I think.
You're not at the stage where you're having to sell off all your own stuff as memorabilia.
My mum's got
with a fake account on, like, eBay, and everyone knows it's you. That happens all the time. Is that the only one you've got, or have you got a stash of them?
Not many. I've got about 5.
I like the fact that you claim there's 300, but you've got 1,000. Welcome back to the flip side of On Track with SEAT. This week it's the turn of the Manic Street Preachers to take on our vinyl challenge, and it's time now for them to do their compulsory cover version. You guys are kind of a bit of a fan of the cover version, aren't you?
We're a fan of cover versions, you know, of ones we've done ourselves, of ones we heard over the years. Obviously with The Clash, the Pistols' Johnny B. Good, when Johnny's going, I fucking hate music like this, it's fucking awful. It's just such a brilliant... He's got the pits. All the Pistols covers are brilliant, actually. You also did Rihanna's Umbrella, which I think some people might have been surprised by at the time. It was hugely successful. It's brilliant. It's one of our best. Certain songs cross all genres. And it was at #1 for like a year and a half or something, and then you guys go and try and put it back there. I suppose that, yeah. Yeah, it was missing from the charts. Let's have another go with it. You know, I hate kind of, you know, being Stalinist about music. I think you really have got to sometimes, you just got to, whether it is Lady Gaga or wherever, you just got to say, you like it, go with it. That is the best at what it is. Yeah, yeah. Without telling us what you've actually chosen, what's the thought process that's going on behind choosing the cover that you're going to do for the EP? I'd say something that deserves a wider audience, that maybe is slightly obscure, but is a thing of rare quality.
This is the Day is a song by Matt Johnson of The. Always loved this song. I just remember always just really admiring Matt Johnson because he was trying to redefine what it was to be a songwriter. Back then in the 80s, there was something about him which was just full of intent, and he was quite fierce. Because I remember reading an interview in the NME, and he had one pocket of his coat, he had a bottle of vodka, and in the other pocket of his coat, he had a copy of Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre. I remember thinking that he was kind of... He was even self-mythologizing himself at that point, even back then. And I like that. I like the fact that he came fully formed to the world, and he was quite confrontational. It's just a song that seems to suit us.
Given the fact that these guys have already released 10 albums, they know the importance of artwork. So, to tie in with the celebration of their greatest hits, we thought it'd be nice to do things a little differently with the vinyl artwork this week, and take a look back at Nicky's Polaroid collection and select one for the all-important front cover.
How important to you is the artwork for your sleeve?
I'd say it's been, over the years, one of the most enjoyable parts of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it started off with, you know, me and Richie were much more interested in the image and the artwork anyway than the music.
So you very kindly bought some photos of your own in for us to use for your sleeve.
Yeah, this is just a wall we've got in our studio with, I mean, basically all our heroes. You know, Fela Kuti, Miles Davis, that brilliant shot of Kurt in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm stood just to the side there on the stage. He rode over my foot in the wheelchair. It's my biggest claim to fame ever.
That's a good one.
It's a good one, isn't it?
But whenever we look at this wall, it does give us inspiration. You know, it might sound pretty obvious, but it's a huge wall like that in the studio, and just look at that and think, we've got a long way to go, you know, we've got a lot to achieve.
It's funny, because you can tell from this that you guys are, as well as being a band, just, like, massive music fans.
It's one thing that never really gets shown, because obviously we're gobshites and we slag loads of things off.
But you don't get... I mean, I meet bands all the time, and you don't often... They're often, like, not massive music fans.
No.
Or they just listen to their own records. But, like, you're clearly, like, a music fan.
I'm still absolutely obsessed with it.
So what are we going to do with these? We're going to...
Well,
what's your thoughts?
I'm
What's
quite
your
happy
plan?
to use maybe those ones. J.G. Ballard quote, because we've had a quote with every one of our records.
And we've got some Love Heart stickers.
Yes.
Which are nice. They look pricey.
Stickering has really come on.
Stickering has come on. And obviously lots of Welsh Dragons.
So I can either do it all myself or just hand it all over.
I think we'll hand it all over. I think you've definitely got other things you have to do.
Oh, boring things like playing.
If people in the studio are like, where is he? And he's like, he won't put down his bloody stickers.
I have to say, over the years, I have sort of made up some spurious artwork trips to James and Sean. Oh, I'm not going to be around for 2 or 3 days. Carry on without me, you know. If you want to put the bass down, feel free.
Just,
I won't be hurt.
It's hard to know whether there'll be a place for us, so to speak, because I don't really know if the world was really waiting for us when we started. I think we had to force our way into the cultural landscape and the musical landscape, and we had to shoehorn ourselves into position for people to accept us. I think, you know, it's up to us to remain valid. It's up to us to actually, you know, kind of hold our own space, rather than for there to be a fait accompli of us being needed. Because I don't think we're that type of band. I think we always need to kind of stand back from what we've done. And I think just have that fan's point of view. You know, what perhaps do people want from us now? Or perhaps what do people not want from us, more importantly.
So we have your final record here.
Hey!
Including your design.
Look at that. All in a day's work.
It's a gorgeous thing.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. I'm really happy with that. That's just beautiful. I'm really happy with that. Really happy.
Well, thank you very much for doing it. It's a
That's the
beautiful
best
thing.
one I've seen on this
It's a beautiful
show,
thing.
I tell you.
Yeah, the others have been rubbish in comparison.
It's been a lot better bass players.